Reba here. Welcome back to Gooseberry Homestead. Oh my goodness, you guys. It has been some week. Well, the other night, it was like 11 o'clock at night, and I was throwing something in the garbage outside of my house. So I had opened my sliding glass door to the backyard where we keep our garbage can. And you guys, I saw a flash of something light colored, like take off away from my greenhouse. And then I had to work the next day, so I was really busy and in the morning with my kids and that sort of thing. And then I didn't actually get to look at my plants until that following evening after I had seen it. So almost, I'm wanting to say 18 hours later, I finally had a chance to take a look at the garden and see what on earth was going on. And oh my goodness, all I can say is praise God for this job, because seriously, I'm stoked, because not only will I be able to start saving up for like a down payment on a home that we will one day buy and help the family in that way and create kind of a little nest egg, but also I'll be able to help my family out with paying off loans, as well as being able to get the little things here and there that we really need desperately. So like in the near future, I'm going to have to buy a bed and stuff. But anyways, for my one son, he needs a new bed. So I'm just so over the moon. But anyway, so I came out and I checked the garden, you guys, and come look. I will show you. I have a feeling now. I was debating. I didn't think it was a rat for sure, but I was thinking maybe squirrel, possibly rabbit. Well, I'm pretty sure, you guys, it's a rabbit, because I came out here and yesterday, and my goji berry, I have a red goji berry here that's not given me any fruit yet, but I got a taller one that the rabbit didn't mess with, but they will eat the wood. I had 2 little goji berries in this container pot here, you guys, and he ate almost them all. He ate all these other ones down to the ground, and this one, he just left a couple leaves on it. So I moved it up onto the table, because I really don't have a place to put my plants other than up on these little garden tables for now. And I would prefer them to being on the ground, just so that, because they're in a container pot. So I'm trying to think, what am I going to do? Because this rabbit's going to be coming into the garden. And I'm like, I'm not freaking out. And then this morning I came out, and as I was watering, I got stopped because my husband came and talked to me. So I figure I'll finish watering the rest of the plants in the garden section this evening now, because the sun is out. But I can water over here because it's mostly shaded. So I will water those ones this morning. So it's like about 9 o'clock. So anyways, between 9 and 10, somewhere in there. So anyways, I'll probably be watering over here. I can't talk because I'm talking too fast. But I noticed when my husband came out to talk to me that the rabbit came back last night and feasted on the leaves of my baby, what do you call them? Pear trees. So right here, and I think it's a young rabbit. Good chances, you guys, it could be that little rabbit that I saved like a month ago. So anyways, it ate all the bottom leaves here on my little pear tree. It ate all the upper leaves on this pear tree here. And so I'm like, oh my goodness. And then I wasn't sure if those little trees coming up in the pot with this is the lilac, I think it was, that I started ripping the leaves off, but I couldn't pull them out because they're all connected to the same root system. And I didn't like damage the tops of the trees. I just ripped the leaves off. It'll be fine. They'll grow back next. They're about ready to lose their leaves anyway, so that'll all grow back next year. I'm not even worried about it. Okay, so everything else looks really good. It doesn't look like the rabbits are messing with the gooseberries or any of the other trees yet. So today I need to figure out something, and I need to put them into something. I do have those tote bins I could possibly put my trees into one of those taller tote bins. That might work. I don't want to use the black one that's out by the garden shed because that's the one I put the dirt in. Although that would be really good as a bin to put some of my seedlings into, because it's nice and black and it'll help draw in heat. But I think the blue totes will work just fine. So I think that's what I might do. I know I moved the greenhouse for a reason. I'm thinking it was because of all the dirt. But at the same time, I don't get enough sunlight up underneath the edge of the house, and I really need a place to put my figs. So I'm thinking one of the other small items I'm going to need to get is a new cover for the greenhouse. So I'm thinking about moving the greenhouse back where I had it before, because I got those little stakes in the ground that I can put on either side of the greenhouse to keep the wind from blowing it over, and that worked really good this year. So that's what I'm thinking about doing with that. But another thing I did was to protect my fruit trees from the rabbit, because they will eat the bark off the bottom of your trees. Is I put them into these large containers here, these pots. So they're just in the purple pots, just so, you know, the rabbit can't get to them. That's going to protect them from the rabbits. Rabbits probably can jump up and into it, but chances are the rabbits going to be looking for easy accessible types of food. So what I'm going to do is all the trees that I definitely don't want the rabbit to get to, I'm going to be putting into the tote, is what I'm thinking. And I came up with that all while I was talking with you guys just now. The other thought I was thinking about doing first, though, was moving the greenhouse and putting all the little seedlings into the greenhouse. So the bunnies love the pear leaves. They love the goji berry leaves and the tree part too. So instead of letting it eat the goji berry last night, I stuck it up onto the table, and they should do all right. Now I'm probably going to go through and figure out which varieties of trees these rabbits like to eat, and at which point I'm going to be needing to put something on or around my my trees, so that like on the bark and that sort of thing, because they will eat the bark off your trees. So I'm pretty sure they'll do it with most fruit trees, because I smelt some of the apricot wood when I trimmed some of my trees earlier this year, and it was very sweet smelling. And if I was a critter, I would want to eat it. So yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, my first thought was to move the greenhouse and put all the seedlings on the shelves in it. But when I moved the greenhouse out today into the yard, you guys, it's going to get really warm really quick in the greenhouse. So, and I need to clean up this whole middle section over here anyhow. So I'm going to be doing some reconfiguring. But I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and put the greenhouse back over here, and I'll just have to spray it down with the hose on the outside. And it'll be easier to spray it down over here where I had it before, because it's out in the yard. But as far as putting a whole lot of plants around it, if I put anything, it'll have to be on the front side and on this side, and not on the side where the dog runs, because that way things are less likely to, get messed up. I'm also thinking maybe more things along the line as like my rose bushes and my trees and stuff that aren't really going to be, or bushes that aren't going to be really be fruiting a whole lot. So flowering stuff maybe, but I'm not going to move my blueberries or currants or elderberries back over by that fence, because I definitely don't want to be having to spray off the blossoms next year, because it did diminish the amount of how much I got this year. So, I got a decent amount though, not like a crazy lot, but next year I expect to get a whole lot more, you guys, because I've got the new elderberry bushes. So I'll probably get like a small cluster off of those ones. But I think I'll go ahead and I'll make an elderberry video showing you guys how the propagation is going and how my elderberries look right now. And you know, we're in the beginning of the fall, so a lot of the leaves are starting to fall off. So I will show you guys in a video tomorrow morning what I ended up doing in this whole section of the yard and where I ended up putting the greenhouse. I don't think I'm going to put it right here, only because in the winter this section of the yard gets a little bit more shade, and so this is really good for growing in the summertime, right in this middle section. So I'm thinking definitely out here it's going to get sunlight all winter long, and that way I think my figs did really good in there during the heat of the summer. So I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and put it back over here. That way I can keep the figs in it, and they'll be golden over there. And yeah, first things first, I need to get a mattress and a cover for the greenhouse as soon as possible. But it is like, as soon as possible, it can kind of wait. You know what I mean? You know how it goes, you guys. Anyways, now that I shared the goji berry over here and how the rabbits destroyed it, I'll show you the black goji berries that I've grown from seed this year. This is how they're doing. They're doing really amazing. A lot of growth just in the last 2 weeks. And this one made a drastic comeback. I had to move it out of that coconut core, you guys, like I had said. This was the one that was struggling. This was the new seedling that just popped up like less than a month ago. Same with this one. And I think this one right here might be a goji. I'm pretty sure it's a goji. So hopefully this one will bounce back. I transplanted it right away because I had some African violet blossoms or leaves in the coconut core, and I was trying to get them to root just to see if I could, and just trying my hand at that kind of propagation, and then I can share, you know, the plants with other people in the community and that sort of thing. Maybe some people at church, who knows. And so yeah, so I'm gonna be moving those into the house because I moved the grow light that I had in the greenhouse into the house so that my African violet could have some really good light. And I need to repot and separate the baby off, or leave the baby and separate the main plant off. And because I don't know what it's called, but I guess it's like the stem that the leaves all grow on, it's all thick and windy, and it's starting to like get way too big, and we need to like centralize that part of that flower. So African violets are all new to me. So anyways, you guys, everything's looking really good. I'm going to be double checking on my figs, make sure the rabbits aren't messing with those. I'm going to look that up too, and I'm going to be finding out which of the items I really need to be protecting from the rabbits, and which items I don't need to worry about so much. And I'm hoping figs are one of them that I don't have to worry about, because I will be needing to move some of these up or cover or something. So like, I'm not worried about the fruit on them right now, because this is my first year with them. So I'm not really expecting to get any figs off of them this year. So I'm not really worried about if the animals try to eat the figs. But yeah, I don't want the rabbit eating the bark. But anyways, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Click that bell button. As always, have a wonderful day, and God bless. Bye.